Please help me welcome Tamara and Charlie.
Benoit has been to my house and did not move my furniture. Yeah, thank you, Benoit. And yes, thank you to all the people he mentioned, Jeff and June Flowers, Esther Richard Ott. I know that you're somewhere in this line of vision here. Massey Services, Florida Rent, BNY Mellon, and United Arts of Central Florida. So yes, I am Charlie Griffin. I am the executive director of both the Central Florida Composers Forum and the Orlando Contemporary Chamber Orchestra. I'll talk a little bit about Central Florida Composers Forum. Let's call it CF Squared from now on. It's an organization of composers, currently around 35 in number. We're dedicated to the proposition that a thriving local arts scene makes a city an infinitely better place to live. And it's not just our art, but art in general. We have 8 composers on the program. They are all here tonight, and they will all be applauded at the end of each of their pieces. And we invite you to lavish them with praise at the end of the concert, individually, as it goes. So please say hello to them. I'm just kind of curious. So we have 5 countries being represented poetically tonight. So they are Nicaragua, Cuba, Peru, Argentina, and Chile. Just curious if there's anybody from any of those countries here in the audience now.
For safety reasons?
For safety. Yeah. That was not coming from anything as we fear. This has been in my mind this week as we were horrified by the crosswalk being painted over. The thing that is feeling connected to this project for me is that words matter. The excuses being given for that it was a political, that they didn't want this because it was a political act. It seems to me it's important that we recognize that it was not a political act, or not solely a political act, to make a crosswalk in that context into a rainbow. We all know what that was, right? It was memorialization, it was compassion, it was empathy. Words matter, right? So here we are exploring meaning from words in the form of poetry, from one culture to another. And I was reflecting last night on the genesis of this project, because this is the second iteration of the project. We did this last year. And last year it felt really different than it feels this year. It didn't feel political until recently, but this itself, in a way, feels like a political act, in that it is kindness, it's compassion, it's curiosity as a political act. And I'm proud of the friendship that I've made with Tamara and her partner Mariella with Open Scene. It's been very important to me personally and professionally. This is a great thing for Orlando that we're doing here. So, in that spirit, let me please, I'm going to introduce Tamara. I got to promote 2 other things though. Central Florida Composers Forum has 2, and again with Voxo and Oko. On September 14th, we are doing a performance at St. Louis Cathedral downtown, 2 o'clock, September 14th. It's going to be amazeballs. Voxo is fantastic. And then Oko is providing the brass quintet and timpani. The organ is amazing there. And we have 3 of our Central Florida composers are represented on that program, and I am one of them. So, yeah. Coming back here on September 28th, I believe it is. Eric Branch, if you're in the room and can correct me, is that right?
That's correct.
Correct. We are having a salon concert here, which is kind of a grab bag, kind of buffet table style of pieces that the composers themselves kind of arrange. So I don't have my hands in that one. I'm just watching it happen. But it's going to be here at the end of next month. So please put that on your calendar. So then, please, Tamara, tell us about you and Open Scene and what do you want to talk about?
You're competing with our festival. That I know now.
Okay.
Buenas noches. Good evening. My name is Tamara Bejarano, and I am the founder and executive director of Open Scene. We are a Latina-led arts nonprofit based in Central Florida. Our mission is simple and brave: pair artistic excellence with real access and create multilingual, multicultural experiences that invite people to cross borders of language, identity, and style. collaboration in particular began at the end of 2023. Charlie, Mariela, and I met at a cafe to commission music for our production Vida. Over coffee, we started talking about another project close to my heart, Prolifica. Let me tell you shortly. During the pandemic, I spent a year researching and producing this audiovisual series of 20 episodes, one for each Spanish-speaking country. My public apologies to Equatorial Guinea and Africa for not including them. Each short video celebrates the best of its culture, from poetry and literature to visual arts, theater, dance, and food, with local artists and storytellers. It became a living video library of our shared identity that you can find in OpenScene's YouTube channel. Out of that conversation came tonight's idea, Songs of the Hispanic Diaspora. Charlie wondered what Spanish language poetry might awaken in composers if we invited them to listen and respond. For the first edition last year that Charlie mentioned already, I curated poems from Spain, Colombia, Mexico, Puerto Rico, and Venezuela. Tonight, we continue the journey with works from Argentina, Chile, Cuba, Nicaragua, and Peru. Spanish is spoken by hundreds of millions of people worldwide. Well, it looks like the exchange program Spain started in the 1500s really paid off. So, Spanish is used by more than 600 million people, including about 500 million native speakers. 43 million of them live here in the United States, roughly 14% of the population. Well, at least until last week, I didn't check the news. Anyway, I'm pretty sure we did not come here to do math. With your support and enthusiasm, I am sure we can convince Charlie to create a third and even a fourth chapter that explores more places and more voices. Now, you may ask, why these poems specifically? Charlie asked me to choose texts in the public domain that spoke of exile. Exile is a wide word. Beyond physical displacement, there is uprooting and alienation. And let me tell you, I hate the word alien. It reminds me of Sigourney Weaver trapped in a spaceship with that horrible monster. I know, I'm sounding a little old. Nobody knows who Sigourney Weaver is. So exciting. There is the exile of heartbreak, the exile of grief, and the quiet exile of oblivion. I deeply believe we all come from somewhere else, that movement and change are the only constant. Displacement is part of human history. Art helps us rescue words, energies, emotions, those fragments of histories that do not expire. That is why we gather. Art can soften borders and bring us together through feeling, no matter the language or the culture of origin. Emotion is universal. Art is a language like no other. Your time to introduce the composer.
Twain, I did want to share it. Travel is fatal to prejudice, bigotry, and narrow-mindedness. And many of our people need it sorely on these accounts. So let's travel. We have, I'm just going to announce the roster of performers that are here tonight. There were a couple of, not exactly last-minute replacements, but as this goes, we're in the summertime, so not everybody that was in the public-facing advertising is actually the correct name. So we have mezzo-soprano Emily Heumann, who will be with us. Carrie Lee Pearson is our soprano. Troy Gifford is our guitarist. Julia Gessinger is our violinist, and Christine Griffin is our pianist. So let's welcome up our first set of performers, and we'll acknowledge the composer of each piece after each. This first one is by Gerald Law, who is here in the room.
All right, did you?
The performers shall come on up.
Okay. My only request is that you listen with an open heart and please enjoy the journey. So,
Yes, we're going to read the poetry.
fasten your seatbelts. Here we go. Let me tell you because he's missing that information. We're going to read the poems in English, then in Spanish. Charlie's doing the Spanish ones. And
We'd be happy to do one swap if you want to do one.
it's okay. And you're going to listen to the music. So let's start with
This is Ruben Dario.
And I need to give context.
Okay, yeah.
In Nicaragua,
Yes.
people say that everyone is a poet. I have not been yet, but I can only imagine the compliments flying through the streets. In school, in Latin America at least, many of us met Ruben Dario, the father of modernism. He's so famous, some people assume he was from Spain, but no, he was Nicaraguan, poet, writer, journalist, and diplomat. He's also known as the Prince of Castilian Letters. We're talking late 19th, early 20th century, so no, Prince Bad Bunny was not born yet. When you read Sonatina from 1896, you wonder where this gentleman, perhaps on a balcony in what is now Ciudad Darío, dreamed of this reverie about a princess in a palace, trapped in a golden cage, dragon included, longing for other worlds. Do not worry, Central Americans, it's nothing personal. Escapism was a favorite thing of the modernists. Here is a fragment of his little sonata.
Okay, here we go. The princess is sad. What can the princess have? Sighs escape from her strawberry lips. She has lost her laughter, she has lost her color. The princess is pale in her golden chair. The keyboard of her golden clavichord is silent, and in a forgotten glass, a flower faints. Oh, the poor princess with the rose-colored lips wants to be a swallow, wants to be a butterfly, to have light wings, to fly under the sky, to go to the sun by the luminous ladder of a ray, to greet the lilies with the verses of May, or get lost in the wind over the thunder of the sea. Poor little princess with the blue eyes. She is trapped in her gold. She is trapped in her tool. In the marble cage of the royal palace, the magnificent palace that the guards watch over, guarded by 100 blacks with their 100 halberds, a hound that doesn't sleep, and a colossal dragon. Be quiet, says the fairy godmother, on a winged horse coming this way, with a sword at her waist and a hawk in her hand. The happy knight who adores you without seeing you, and who comes from afar, victorious over death, to unite your lips with his kiss of love.
Bless you. La princesa está triste. ¿Qué tendrá la princesa? Los suspiros escapan de su boca de fresa, que ha perdido la risa, que ha perdido el color. La princesa está pálida en su silla de oro, está mudo el teclado de su clave de oro, y en un vaso olvidado se desmaya una flor. ¡Ah, la pobre princesa de la boca de rosa! Quiere ser golondrina, quiere ser mariposa, tener alas ligeras, bajo el cielo volar, ir al sol por la escala luminosa de un rayo, saludar a los lirios con los versos de mayo, o perderse en el viento sobre el trueno del mar. Pobrecita princesa de los ojos azules, está presa en sus oros, está presa en sus tules, en la jaula de mármol del palacio real, el palacio soberbio que vigilan los guardas, que custodian 100 negros con sus 100 alabardas, un lebrel que no duerme y un dragón colosal. Calla, calla, princesa, dice la hada madrina. En caballo con alas, hacia acá se encamina, en el cinto la espada y en la mano el azor, el feliz caballero que te adora sin verte y que llega de lejos, vencedor de la muerte, a encenderte los labios con su beso de amor.
princesa está triste, que tendrá la princesa. Los suspiros escapan de su boca de fresa, que ha perdido la risa, que ha perdido el color. La princesa está pálida en su silla de oro, está mudo el teclado de su clave de oro, y en un vaso de la dulce desmaya una flor. Ay, la pobre princesa de la boca de rosa, quiere ser golondrina, quiere ser mariposa, tiene alas y alas, poderse volar, ir al sol la escala, luminosa de un rayo, saludar a los niños con los besos de Toyo, o perderse en el viento sobre el trueno del mar. Pobrecita princesa de los ojos azules, está presa en sus ojos, está presa en sus tules, en la jaula de mármol del palacio real, el palacio soberbio que vigilan los guardas, que custodian 100 negros con sus 100 alabardas, un lebre que no duerme y un dragón colosal. Calla, calla, princesa, dice la hada madrina. En caballo con alas hacía a que se encamina. En el cinto la espada. Y en la mano el azul. El feliz caballero que te adora sin verte y que llega de lejos, vencedor de la muerte, a encenderle los labios con su beso de amor, de amor.
And now, vamos a Cuba, caballero. Few things feel more Caribbean than our talent for laughing at ourselves, making peace with our misfortunes, and in the end, setting deep sadness to a rhythm the body understands. We move like the sea, calm and steady, and yes, sometimes tsunami style, but always with fierce pride. Cuba is not exception. If you know a Cuban, You know I'm not exaggerating. No matter the blows, there is always a corner of the heart that chooses to be at least a little bit okay. And I know it because we Venezuelans share that spirit too. And for romance, Cuban Spanish could easily replace French as the most romantic language. Gertrudis Gómez de Avellaneda was one of those romantics. She suffered deeply, and in her 19th century work, you can already hear a feminist pulse. She lost parents, homeland, a couple of husbands too. Here's a brief fragment from her beloved Al Partir upon leaving.
Sea pearl, star of the west, beautiful Cuba, your bright sky. The night covers with its opaque veil how pain covers my sad forehead. Goodbye, happy homeland, dear Eden. Wherever fate in its fury impels me, your sweet name will flatter my ear. The turgid sail is already creaking. The anchor rises, the ship shaken. The waves cut and silent fly.
Perla del mar, estrella de occidente, hermosa Cuba. Tu brillante cielo, la noche cubre con su opaco velo, como cubre el dolor mi triste frente. Adiós, patria feliz, Edén querido, doquier que el hado en su furor me impela, tu dulce nombre halagará mi oído. Ah, que ya cruje la turgente vela, el ancla se alza, el buque estremecido las olas corta y silencioso vuela.
The setting is by James Hall, and he is here in the practice.
gods sent Jose Marti. Well, technically, Marti arrived a little earlier, and he did something unusual. He poured romance into revolution. Poet, philosopher, activist, founder of the Cuban Revolutionary Party in 1892. He helped people fall in love with an ideal of freedom. His time was marked by hardship and repression, with civil rights sharply limited, and wealth built on the backs of the many. Hold on, did I say 1892, right? Just I am a sincere man. Martí, not me. I am a woman, sincere too. Here's a brief fragment from Yo Soy un Hombre Sincero.
This will be a setting by Keith Lay, who is sitting right here in the second row, please. Okay, so yes, I am a sincere man. I come from all places, and to all places I go. I am art among the arts. In the mountains, I am the mountain. I have seen in the dark night rain upon my head the rays of pure fire from the divine beauty. Hidden in my brave chest is the pain that wounds it. The son of a slave people lives for it, remains silent, and dies. Everything is beautiful and constant. Everything is music and reason, and everything, like the diamond, before light is coal.
Yo vengo de todas partes, y hacia todas partes voy. Arte soy entre las artes, en los montes, monte soy. Yo he visto en la noche oscura llover sobre mi cabeza los rayos de lumbre pura de la divina belleza. Oculto en mi pecho bravo la pena que me lo hiere. El hijo de un pueblo esclavo vive por él, calla y muere. Todo es hermoso y constante, todo es música y razón, y todo, como el diamante, antes que luz, es carbón. I know my friends from Argentina will never be fully satisfied with my choice tonight. Not because Alfonsina Storni is not worthy. She's one of the great. But because there are so many famous Argentinian writers that we could be here until December. And I do not think Benoit will allow that, right? Their neighbors in Uruguay, with a population of fewer than 4 million people, have an outsized lineup too. They might have more writers than trees, but I will save that story for next year. Alfonsina Storni is a towering figure in Spanish letters. A single mother in a conservative, male-dominated era, those old time habits of the last century. She argued passionately for women's civil rights, including the right to divorce and to education. After her death, she became an icon of feminism, often mentioned alongside Virginia Woolf and Sylvia Plath, not only for their extraordinary talent, but also because they too died by suicide. In 1938, Alfonsina walked into the sea of Mar del Plata, where she remains eternally moving along paths of seaweed and coral, playing among seahorses. We honor her art and her struggle with care. Tonight we share Dulce Tortura, Sweet Torture.
This will be a setting by Eric Human, who is front row. Next to his wife, who is the singer. Okay, so, my melancholy was gold dust in your hands. On your long hands I scattered my life. My sweetness remained clutched in your hands. Now I am a vial of perfume, emptied. How much sweet torture quietly suffered when my soul rested with shadowy sadness. She knows, she who knows the tricks. I passed the days kissing the two hands that stifled my life.
Polvo de oro en tus manos fue mi melancolía. Sobre tus manos largas desparramé mi vida. Mis dulzuras quedaron a tus manos prendidas. Ahora soy un ánfora de perfumes vacía. Cuánta dulce tortura quietamente sufrida, cuando, picado el alma de tristeza sombría, sabedora de engaños, me pasaba los días besando las dos manos que me ajaban la vida. Now we arrive in Peru, rich in so many ways, and of course, Cesar Vallejo takes the prize. Oh,
sorry.
No, it's okay, that's fine, thank you. With only 2 books of poetry published in his lifetime, he is considered by many one of the great poetic innovators of the 20th century in any language. Modernist, yes, but almost surreal. Born in the Peruvian Andes in 1892, he, and I quote, he created a wrenching poetic language for Spanish that radically altered the shape of its imagery and the nature of its rhythms. Vallejo forged a new discourse in order to express his own visceral compassion for human suffering. That, in the words of Edith Grossman, one of the most important North American translators of our time. My father used to tell me that Los Heraldos Negros, the Black Heralds, was a mandatory radio reading back in the day, delivered in those deep voices you could feel cracking you open from the inside. What a way Vallejo has to speak of pain.
Do I have to do this in a low, deep voice then?
Yes, recommend.
There are blows in love. No.
It's not meant.
Okay, sorry.
Different concept.
I'm gonna get a Batman.
Different,
get
yeah, it's not like that.
There are blows in life so strong, I don't know. Blows like the hatred of God, as if before them the backlash of all that suffered pools in the soul, I don't know. They are few, but they are. They open dark trenches in the fiercest face and the strongest back. They may be the cults of the barbaric Attilas, or the black heralds that death sends to us. They are the deep falls of the Christs of the soul, of some adorable faith that destiny blasphemes. Those bloody blows are the cracklings of some bread burning at the door of the oven. And the man, poor, he turns his eyes as when a slap calls us over the shoulder. He turns his mad eyes, and all that's lived pools like a puddle of guilt in his gaze. There are blows in life so strong. I don't know.
Hay golpes en la vida tan fuertes. Yo no sé. Golpes como del odio de Dios, como si ante ellos la resaca de todo lo sufrido se emposara en el alma. Yo no sé. Son pocos, pero son. Abren zanjas oscuras en el rostro más fiero y en el lomo más fuerte. Serán tal vez los potros de bárbaros Atilas, los heraldos negros que nos manda la muerte. Son las caídas hondas de los cristos del alma, de alguna fe adorable que el destino blasfema. Esos golpes sangrientos son las crepitaciones de algún pan que en la puerta del horno se nos quema. Y el hombre, pobre, pobre, vuelve los ojos como cuando por sobre el hombro nos llama una palmada. Vuelve los ojos locos y todo lo vivido se emposa como charco de culpa en la mirada. Hay golpes en la vida tan fuertes, yo no sé.
This is by Paul Sanders.
Hay golpes en la vida tal vez, yo no sé, golpes como del odio de Dios, como si ante ellos la resaca de todo lo sufrido se posará en el alma. Yo no sé, son pocos la mirada. Hay golpes en la vida frecuentes. Yo no sé.
I sent Charlie a packet with poem options for the composers to choose from. But I do not know what happened with Chile. They got carried away. Chile has given so much to Ibero-American art. You have surely heard of Isabel Allende and Pablo Neruda, who received the Nobel Prize in Literature in 1971. But before him, the great Gabriela Mistral in 1945, the first Latin American to receive the award. These days, people joke the Nobel might get handed out like a toy in a Happy Meal. But back then, it was not common at all, especially if you were Latin and a woman. Gabriela Mistral was a poet, educator, and an intellectual publicly committed to social issues. Her work, in verse and in prose, returns to the elemental passion of love as it moves through our bonds, mother and child, man, woman, the individual and the humankind, the soul and God. Here's a brief fragment from Hallazgo, Discovery.
This will be set by Bob Walker, Bob Jr. This over here. There it is, yeah. Okay. So Discovery. I descended through space and air, and more air, descending, without a call and with a call, by the force of desire. And the more I walked, the straighter the descent became, and my joy grew more alive, and my guessing more certain. And I arrived like the arrow, this, my second body, at the point where begin homeland and mother that gave me birth.
Bajé por espacio y aires, y más aires, descendiendo, sin llamado y con llamada, por la fuerza del deseo. Y a más que yo caminaba, era el descender más recto, y era mi gozo más vivo, y mi adivinar más cierto. Y arribo como la flecha, mi segundo cuerpo, en el punto en que comienzan patria y madre que me dieron. Staying in Chile, in a kind of counterpoint, while Mistral suffered with and for the poor, Vicente Huidrobo stood at the avant-garde's edge, aristocrat, prolific experimenter, father of creationism. He left an archive said to contain more than 5,000 documents between poems, essays, books, and drawings. He believed, quite firmly, that the poet is a small god. I hope he meant on the page. His poems feel like new physics. They are fragmentary. They drop punctuation and linear order, and they are built in space, where wide areas become part of the syntax. Huidrobo must be heard, read, and studied with a magnifying glass. Above all, in Altazor, one of his most important works, you can feel that broken flight where he builds a new reality. I confess that piece is one of my favorites tonight. To close this magical evening, we will hear Days and Nights I Have Searched for You, Días y Noches Te He Buscado, and a fragment of Altazor Canto 1, both by Vicente Huidrobo.
Days and nights I've searched for you, without finding the place where you sing. I've searched for you up and down the river. You've lost yourself in tears. Nights and nights I've searched for you without finding the place where you cry, because I know you're crying. It's enough for me to look in a mirror, to know that you're crying and that you've cried for me. Only you save the tears, and from the dark beggar, you make him a king, crowned by your hand.
Días y noches te he buscado, sin encontrar el sitio en donde cantas. Te he buscado por el tiempo arriba y por el río abajo. Te has perdido entre mis lágrimas. Noches y noches te he buscado sin encontrar el sitio en donde lloras, porque yo sé que estás llorando. Me basta con mirarme en un espejo para saber que estás llorando y me has llorado. Solo tú salvas el llanto y de mendigo oscuro lo haces rey coronado por tu mano.
Yeah. This is by Mark Piszczek.
Altazor, canto 1. It's a fragment.
Before I do, I just want to warn the composers. This is like a prairie dog town of composers right now, right? That everybody's. if we can just be warned, I'd like to ask at this last piece that all the performers and the composers all come up and take individual bows. It'd be nice. So just brace yourselves to make a mad dash for the stage. Okay. Okay. Altazor canto 1. Fall. Fall eternally. Fall to the depths of infinity. Fall to the depths of time. Fall to the depths of yourself. Fall as low as one can fall. Fall without vertigo. Through all spaces and all ages. Through all the souls, all desires, and all shipwrecks. Fall and burn as you pass through the stars and the seas. Burn the eyes that look at you and the hearts that await you. Burn the wind with your voice, the wind that twists in your voice, and the night that is cold in its cave of bones. Silence. The earth has just given birth to a tree.
Cae. Cae eternamente. Cae al fondo del infinito. Cae al fondo del tiempo. Cae al fondo de ti mismo. Cae lo más bajo que puedas caer. Cae sin vértigo, a través de todos los espacios y todas las edades, a través de todas las almas, de todos los anhelos y todos los naufragios. Cae y quema al pasar los astros y los mares. Quema los ojos que te miran y los corazones que te aguardan. Quema el viento con tu voz. El viento que se enreda en tu voz y la noche que tiene frío en su gruta de huesos. Silencio. La tierra acaba de alumbrar un árbol.
This is by Troy, who's also our guitarist. Troy Gifford.
and musicians, our friends at Timucua, and every one of you for traveling with us tonight. We hope this journey warmed your heart and sweetened your ears. If you enjoyed it, help us keep writing the next chapters. Please support these wonderful organizations that work so hard to bring us together and lift our spirits. If you allow me, let me take this chance to invite you to celebrate the 5th anniversary of Open Scenes Latin Performing Arts Festival. It will be hosted at the Art and History Museums of Mainland next month from September 22nd to the 28th. This year's edition features both international and national premieres, including the US debuts of Souvenirs from France and a Flamenco Bolero Fusion from Spain, along with the Orlando premieres of Drums of Fire from New York City and a dazzling Cuban cabaret tribute to Benny Moré from Miami. And best of all, it's completely free. Because we believe in challenging times, generosity is the greatest art we can share. So cheers to more love and more art. Gracias a todos. Thank you. Good evening.
Thank you all for coming. I would be remiss if I didn't tell you that we have some great Hispanic things coming up. Cortadito Son are doing tribute to Buena Vista Social Club on September 26th. $25 to honor our 25th anniversary. Nestor Torres is coming with Silviano, piano and flute on the 27th. 2 shows, also $25, really cool. And then the great Giovanni Hidalgo is coming October 3rd. And that's like chance of a lifetime. Don't miss that. He's the only stop on his tour, probably his last tour in Florida. So don't miss that on October 3rd. Thanks.